All right, so this video is actually going to be targeted to pretty much the entire human race. Anyone that might be having a baby or might know someone that is going to be having a baby. I think that this is something that will be beneficial to pretty much anyone that has a child on the way. This is going to be in regards to security and safety in regards to like a financial foundation. When it comes to investment, the absolute most important factor is time. And unfortunately, because of that, when we actually start to become kind of educated in financial investment, we often feel that we wish we had known certain things years and years prior because time is the most important factor. So, anyone who's going to be having a baby, or maybe you already had a baby and you're a little behind the ball because you didn't realize this, I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do. You need to open a custodial investment account. Sure, you could do this with really any investment firm if you talk to someone. New York Life, Ameritrade, E-Trade, whatever. If you already do investments, maybe check with your current brokerage to see if they offer a custodial option. If not, just go to E-Trade, open up an account. You can open up, I know for a fact, a custodial account under a child. So what a custodial account is it basically means the account is under your child's name, and I'm sure probably social security number. So again, this is going to be applicable to the United States because I don't really know the ins and outs of every other country out there. But in the United States, you can open a custodial account under your child's name, and they will not have access to that account until 21. You will also be on there as a parent. You are going to be the one that's able to transfer money into the account continually and invest that money. So, 21 years. So this is why we would do this pretty much the moment a child is born. 21 years is a long time. Typically with investment, you think about 7-year terms. So that's 3 7-year terms. That's a pretty good amount of time to work with to really use a very small amount of money to generate, hopefully, a pretty large amount of money that would provide security for your child by the time they're 21. This money could be used to buy property, a house, go to get some sort of education, whatever they want. Unfortunately, money is the way of the world, and if you don't have it, things are a lot more difficult than if you do have it. So, when we have our kids, obviously it's a good idea to have some sort of security. We don't want to ever be fearful for our future or their future. So, I just want to go over a few things that are possible, by opening a custodial account early in their life. So, your child is born. They get their birth certificate, social security number. You open a custodial account as soon as humanly possible. As soon as possible. If you want to put a pretty big chunk of money in there to start, great, but it's not really even 100% necessary. What you want to do is you want to set up a link from the custodial account to your bank account. And then typically the best thing to do is to transfer money over automatically so you don't even have to think about it every single week. And it doesn't have to be a lot of money because time is on your side when you're doing this when they're super, super young. We're going to use $10 a week as our base figure. $10 a week you're going to be transferring over from the time they're born to the time they're 21. That's going to come out to a total of $10,920 over 21 years. So that's a savings in itself. I mean, that's nothing really great, but it is money. So even if you didn't invest that money and you're just saving it, I mean, that's better than some people have, when they're 21. So $10,920 is the total amount saved if you're transferring $10 a week over to this account, automatic. That is pennies. I mean, people spend more than that on coffee and cigarettes every day. $10 a week. That's all it is. It's a very small contribution. Over 21 years, you contributed $10,920. A very, very basic return on the stock market. If you're going super, super, super safe, all you really have to do is invest in the S&P 500. There is a ticker symbol, SPY, SPY, the State Street Spider, they call it. That is a index fund for the S&P 500. That goes up, it goes down, goes up and down as the economy gets worse and better and worse and better. But it averages about 10% per year, and it's very safe. So on the low end, that's what you can expect for a return. 10% per year. At 10% per year, at the age of 21, you contributed $10,920 for your child. Then 10% per year, they are going to have an end account balance of $33,281.30. That's if you basically donate $10 a week, $40 a month, $520 a year. And whenever you can afford to buy a share of SPY, you go ahead and execute that. You're looking at about $33,281.30. You basically tripled your money just by getting in 21 years early. If you get a really great return, long term would be about 20%. I will say there is one relatively safe stock that I am aware of that gives you a 20% return. It's gotten an average of 20% over the last 50 years or so. BRK.B. That's Berkshire Hathaway. That's Class B shares. There's also Class A shares. The difference between Class A and Class B, Berkshire Hathaway never really does splits, so good luck to you if you can afford one share of BRK.A. I don't know what it is right now, but it's really expensive. Really, really expensive. BRK.B, Class B shares, it's a same company, lower cost. So you will be able to buy into that every once in a while. Maybe once a year, or maybe once every year and a half as time goes on, every 2 years, because it's around, it's in the hundreds currently. You can look it up. BRK.B stock, Google it. I am not a financial advisor. Anything you buy can go to zero, just be advised. But I will say, as of today, February 15th, 2025, SPY averages about 10%. It's pretty well known, common knowledge. And BRK.B averages about 20%. Again, pretty common knowledge. Why do you want to do an index fund as opposed to something like Apple, Nvidia, Tesla? Nvidia, Apple, Tesla, I mean, these all do much better than 20% per year. But we are thinking in the long term. Individual companies, they rise and sometimes they fall. So in the grand scheme of things, you might get a better return by throwing the money in Apple. But long term, we don't know what's going to happen 7 years from now. If it's our own account and we're responsible for our own money, we see Apple start to fall, we can sell it. When it's a custodial account, we really want to add to it. We never really want to have to sell anything because now you just put a tax obligation onto your child. That's not cool, and they might not even be of age yet. So whatever we buy, we want to make sure that we're accumulating, not buying and selling. We're just buying. Buying an index fund allows us to do that because the individual index funds buy and sell and buy and sell and buy and sell. And they take the tax hit, and it's reflected in their overall cost. So we don't have to worry about it. So index funds, SPY, BRK.B are two. You can look up tons of others. I think there's like VOO. But as far as I'm concerned, SPY, 10% return, BRK.B, maybe a little more risky because it is run by Warren Buffett. He is aging. Who knows what's going to happen down the line. 20% right now. Could be less later. Who knows? I'm sure he's training apprentices that might be just as good as him. So that's what you get for options, and you can look up your own, but, SPY, you probably can't go wrong with. Anyway, 10%. You're looking at $33,281.30 by the time they're 21. That's a decent amount. High end, 20% return, $107,013.31. That's a pretty impressive amount. In practice, you'll probably end up somewhere in between. Maybe 1 year you buy SPY. Another year you buy BRK.B. Just kind of flip-flop just to diversify a little. You don't want to go all in one stock. So diversify, and that's all I have to say. At the end of 21 years, you put in a measly $10 a week, $40 a month, $520 a year, and your child walks away at the age of 21 somewhere between $33,000 and $107,000 as a token to start off their life. So that is my contribution to anyone having a child soon, or anyone that knows of anyone having a child. If you know someone having a child, maybe forward this video to said person. Might help them out. If you're really interested in stock investing, obviously give my channel a follow. Stocks are one interest of mine and one topic that I discuss within my channel. I also discuss hunting in regards to food security. So hopefully you aren't too offended by that. But you can also find me on X, formerly known as Twitter. Same username, Matt Hunts Boston. Depending on the time of the year, I discuss a lot of stock related news and also hunting and a few other interests. So follow me on Twitter if you would like. Follow me here on YouTube. And again, that's pretty much all I have to say about the financial security of your child. And enjoy this video of me playing Rocket League. If you have any questions, just comment below. Make sure you give this video a like. And again, do not forget to send this very, very, very important video to anyone that you know that might be having a child soon. Thanks.